Morning, it's the 29th of June. Boy, this month's gone really quick, eh? They all are at my age. Anyway, what's the progress on this truck? Well, yesterday I was working and it was Sunday. I thought I'd better get a wriggle on and get this done because I want to get back to my gearboxes. You know, I'm starting to forget how to put them back together. So yesterday I got the horn to work. That was one of its problems, and it works off the button. I'll do how I fixed it on a separate video, but the biggest problem was on these old 2As, instead of having the horn on a stalk, it had a ring round the steering column which was positive, and a little finger. Well, how can we say now? So, how was the ring? Yeah, so this ring was like this on the end of the column, and then you had a little fork, like a copper fork that was touching there, so when you turned the steering wheel it would make contact and then it would ground through the push button, via the push button. Really complicated setup, but again in the 60s probably that's all they could think of. Well, it only took me 3 hours to fix that, because every time I've tried to fix the original little fork, when you fitted it on, it would bend and go out of place and then snap. It was really thin. So I made one out of a piece of copper pipe. Just a piece of copper, and just bent it and riveted back on. But it took me a while to get that sorted. And before I went last night, because it was Sunday and I wanted to watch Canada play football, I don't know why I bothered, it was like watching paint dry. I decided to have a go at doing this spring. And I got my old jackal thing out there. They're probably one of the most dangerous jacks in the world. But it's the only thing suitable to put under this bumper to lift up the vehicle. Why did I need to lift it up? Well, I shall tell you. Because whoever put the spring on hadn't located the dimple in the top of the spring. There's a spring bolt that goes through the centre, it holds all the leaves together, but the top bolt is round. And in the axle, I'll show you a picture here while I talk. There is a casting at the bottom that's welded to the axle, and there's a hole in it. Now the problem with that is you can go either side of the hole and think you've located. Well, I never even saw that until I was changing the shackle, and I got my light underneath. I thought, oh wait a minute, that's not in. So I'll take the camera off and I'll show you about it now. So you can probably see how far the axle's gone back by that rusted place there where the spring actually was. Yeah, and an easy mistake to make. But now I've got some longer shackles in, just slightly longer, and I'll show you about them. But don't make that mistake, you know, putting the axle on. So let's explain how I did it. So to correct that problem, I used the jackal under the bumper to lift up the body so that the body was just off the spring when I undid the U-bolts. And the reason was that I had to move the axle back. Well, instead of struggling on, it was easier to roll back the wheel instead of manhandling everything, just use gravity. And then with a combination of stands under the spring and a bottle jack, I put the bottle jack under the shocker plate, the bottom plate, which has got this shocker on because they're a bugger to get on and off, and the shackles went through fine. So what was the difference? See, you never get two things the same. This was the shackle that Jean-Francois brought me, and this is the original, and you can see there's only a sort of like half an inch difference. There's not much, but it was enough to fail the test. Alright, so that's done. So we did the horn yesterday. Like I say, it took me a little while. One other thing I noticed whilst I was rambling on at the back of the truck is one of the back windows was loose and it's come out of the runner. Now I expected that the runner here, this stuff, was all knackered. It isn't, it's jumped out. I think it's been badly fitted, so I'm going to do that today. I'm also going to change the headlamps because he came down with some headlamps so that I can changed those to pass inspection. If you see on here, I also found the front cover for here to finish it off, and ironically it's the same colour. What's the chance of that? Today's job, should I accept it, he brought a little kit with for an electric windshield washer, and it's kind of a nice little kit. It's got a dinky little washer bottle with an electric pump, a bit of pipe, and a little fitting kit with all the jets and wiring and a little tiny push button to go on your dash. So I'm going to fit that, but at the same time I found out the four-way flashers are not working, you know, your hazard lights are not working. Also I fastened up the indicator stalk because the bolts were missing out of that too. But I've noticed that the little telltale light to tell you that the indicators are on, that's out. So kind of a bit of thing, quite a few things to do today. Oh yeah, you've got to, yeah, these jackals here, I had my mate use that once, and he was sort of letting something down very slowly. Then he let go of the handle and he went, and he was trying to hold on to it and stuff like that. Oh, I don't like it at all. And I have this little thing which I've never used. Somebody give it to me, I've never used it, which is goes into the defender and it slips over your end of your jackal. It's a really hefty piece of kit, I must admit. It's all solid. But I've never used it. I've never had need to use it really. But just be careful of them. The footprint is very small on those things. Where is it now? There. It's very small. I know you can get sort of like a waffle board to spread the weight. Highly recommended, if not a block of concrete. You know, but not everybody can carry that around with you. Anyway, I'm going to tidy up these tools today. I think that I'll ease my way into the day by doing that back window first.